Welcome to the JJ Remake, where I jump, show you how the sausage is made. Now, this time we have the winner that was tied for the last poll, which was of course Laurie and Lincoln. And there you go, there's the original, look at that. Oh, ain't it sad? Oh, look at you little guy, oh, you're crying, oh, you poor thing, oh no, Ronnie Ann's gone missing, and oh, it's all his fault. Well, that's what he thinks anyway. Many people have actually seen this picture, but they don't know the context of it, which is, as I just kind of blurted out, it was kind of a jump forward in the comics. This is when they find out Ronnie Ann is missing, and of course Lincoln blames himself. Laurie's trying to comfort him, but she can't do it because, well, it's upsetting because, you know, someone's missing, someone they both care about. So what we'll do is then we'll jump on for this, and you can see the whole process of me doing the remake, which is I don't like to brag, but it's one hell of a mess. As you can probably see, this one's going to be a little longer than my previous remakes because, well, this one took about 11 to 12 hours. Actually, just clocked under 12 hours. So compressing about 12 hours of footage to about 20 minutes, things might go a little fast on this one. And so anyway, as you can probably tell, my initial idea was not the one I stuck with. And while that, like, you might see it like, oh, that was really nice, why'd you get rid of it? It is what it is. Sometimes we're not happy, we gotta change it. But I also, if anyone is watching this and thinking they can get any advice, hopefully you saw my little disclaimer at the start of the video. Don't come to me looking for advice, because I do not know what I'm doing. In fact, that's what I'm hoping you can find out while watching these. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just start drawing and see where it kind of leads me. And as I'm doing it, then the ideas start coming to me, and then the world starts coming together. Yeah, one of the problems I seem to have is I'll draw something, and then I will make it a little too, I say a little, I always make it a little too big. It always like sticks off the canvas, and I don't know why I haven't been able to like fix that problem yet, but don't matter, I'll get better. So with this one, while originally, well, as you saw with the original image, Laurie was holding Lincoln in a, well, embracing each other as they were both crying. But I kind of got the idea with this one to make it more that Laurie is trying to console him without letting it show that she's upset. And so originally this was just going to be a simple image, but as it kind of went on, I thought to myself, I could give it a little more. Maybe I can animate it. Maybe I can give it that little zing, that little, actually, if I'm going to remake it, give it something a bit more. Don't just do a one-to-one remake this time, you know. And as you can see here, I'm trying my best to animate the eyes blinking. But as you can, I don't know if you could tell, if you could see the same problem. Oh yeah, okay, there must be a command where you can extend the all the layers, but I can't figure out what it is. Now you see here, I changed how the eyelids, actually the shape of them, to kind of make them a little bit more, give them that curved feeling, actually make it feel like there's something solid there. And I'm glad I did that because that worked. Now, oh god, okay, this is the most tedious part. This was the crying, and as you can just very much see, I was having to do it not literal frame. Well, I say frame by frame, but kind of like that. and you'll see a lot of it repeating again and again, because I just have to keep watching it to see if there's anything there. I'm trying my best to work out the timings to see if it feels right. I mean, I could just easily go and read some guides on it, but I've never been good with guides, so I'll try to see if I can figure it out myself. And what I was quite happy about with the frame rate that I picked here was it allowed me to do a lot. Like, if I had a different frame rate, I wouldn't been able to have done the crying as well as I did this time. Now, originally, like a lot of my work, I do have like a point of focus on this. It is Laurie, for she is the one silently crying. But of course, you know, she can't really hide it that well off Lincoln. And I don't know why I didn't think about animating Lincoln crying. I just didn't think that would be a good enough focus. It was only until much after I was like, oh crap, actually I should have done Lincoln crying. That would have made it work so much better. But by the time I got to that stage when I realised I should have done it, I couldn't fix it. I couldn't pull it in, and you'll see a little while later. Now, again, I'm terrible with perspective and 3D stuff. I just can't seem to like mentally like convert it. I can't do that. I don't know why I can't. I've got all the tools. I've read them all. I've seen how they all work, but I just can't seem to get to do it. So this was unbelievably difficult for me because, again, I don't know what I'm doing, but I try my best to make it work. I should just learn how to do it properly in the first place. So, as you can see, I've kind of got the idea of the crawl space going, and I did... Now, this is something... Again, this was the thing evolved as it went on, so things that I did before, turns out I didn't really need to do them. Whereas I put quite a bit of detail, and I say detail, I just put a lot of work into stuff that you didn't actually see. But it was like, for me, it was kind of like, just do the work fully, don't try and cut corners, just do it properly. Even if they don't get to see it, at least you did it, at least you know you can do it. And anyway, I'll be releasing like just a single image of this where you should be able to see more of all of this stuff. I love drawing wood, I don't know why. And I gotta admit, I had a lot of fun with the crying, being able to nail it down. And here goes all the fun shading. Now, again, this was this kind of thing that it just kind of happened to fall into place. Because I wanted to do a video that would have to be several minutes long, I couldn't actually do a several minute long video in Clip Studio, because for the life of me I just can't figure out how to freaking extend all the layers to do what they want. Oh yeah, that was me just testing like would like a night vision sort of effect work. And yeah, I kind of had to do all that. Again, there must be easier ways to do this. I just don't know it because I'm a numbnut. When I was doing this, I had to kind of figure out to myself, how can I extend a few seconds into a few minutes? So this is where I got the idea of the crying portions of Laurie could actually be cut up and put together in whatever order I wanted, and this allowed me to do quite a bit more, which hopefully you'll see when I get After Effects going. But as you can see, like, it's not just like the idea like colouring every layer, and I think I remember there were like some tools you could get that would allow you to You use like the AI of their servers where it will try to guess what the next colours are, and it will automatically colour in all the different layers. I'm not there yet. I hope to be one day, but I'm not there yet. Now, one of the problems I had was that trying to output this, I don't know if you can hear that, but oh yeah, my roof is going to blow off any day now. The wind's really bad. Look at all those bloody layers, and look at me like extending them all. What a mess! There must be a command to do it all, but I just haven't been able to figure it out yet. So with this, I put it all together. I had to painstakingly draw quite a few more layers of her crying. Now, I know I probably could have just done a few layers and then just repeated those 3, but I wanted to, because I know that the more layers, the more effort you put in, it really will have its own look instead of it just like repeating itself. So that's kind of why I went as far as I did. So here I was trying to rework it because of course I changed around the frames. See, I'm adding so many bloody layers. It's tedious, yes, but I'm getting better at it. I'm getting a little faster. I'm getting a much more I'm starting to understand it so much more now, and it is kind of paying off. It is working. Oh god, I'm just looking back at all this, like I'm pretty sure I could have done, like I'm spotting all the places where I could have done better, but you know, that's past me. And here we go. And here's where it really frickin' starts. Now, as you see, I was able to take those like few seconds of Laurie, and I made it into 4 separate videos: crying loop, crying start, a fine cry, and a full blinking loop. All right. So of course, the crying at the start. And then, as you can see, I'm putting in the different layers, telling them to come in different times. So one time I'll have a blink once, other times I'll have a blink multiple times. And I always had to, like, when you see, when she's not actually blinking, the tears are fine. But when she blinks, of course, she's pushing all the tears out. So they have to be big and gloopy. So it's all about not making it as, oh, how can I put it? It's not about making it as similar, kind of keep it guessing, try and keep it random, but not telling it to randomize, actually going through it yourself. Oh, bloody hell, it's this part. Alright, I was trying to check up how to do glitched effects for your video, make it look like digital distortion. And you may have seen a tweet from me where I was pretty upset because I was reading one and it was really good. It was really, really good. But it took a while. I was going through it. I'm trying my best to learn it, understand it. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. And then just before the last moment, they turned around and said, oh, yes, to complete the next step, you're going to have to go and download a bloody hell, what's it called? A plugin. You're gonna have to download a plugin. I was like, okay, how do you do that? And it was such a palaver, like you have to pay for it, and like, nah, screw that. Found another one, and it was alright. It kind of did what I wanted, and I was kind of thinking, should I put like digital effects, well, digital distortion completely throughout the video? But then I thought, oh, I've got an idea. What if someone appeared on the video? What if there was a uninvited guest? Like, I wonder who would turn up uninvited. Oh, will we ever know? So I thought if I did do a digital distortion, I would put our little friend in here to kind of appear within it. Now there were several. One of them I did do, as you can see, like with the glitch effect, where she would show up through the glitch. The problem is, it was really difficult to be able to actually see her for the amount of time. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna have to change what you see with her and how all that works. So the idea I wanted never worked, but this is what I went with. And as you can see here, I keep doing it, but then I'm realizing, no, it's only got to be for a little brief moment. It can't be for too long. So that's what I did. Getting little Ronnie Ann to pop up, and to try and point out just how much more bizarre this is. I actually do something later. And again, it's a silly thing that probably I'm the only one that's thought of it, but I don't know if anyone else caught it. But oh god, alright. Because I want to make it look like I was viewing them through a camera, I was thinking, should I do like a fisheye lens effect? Should I go through that sort of distortion? And I was going through so many videos about how to do a fisheye lens, how to do all this, how to do all that. And it turned pointless. In fact, at the end of the day, it turned out that After Effects does have a fisheye lens effect, and I don't have to mess around with others to get it. So that was a big waste of time. And it's the one problem I also have is making something through one program and then outputting it to another is a right pain in the ass. Sometimes it just doesn't want to work. So while I may have had the desired effect in Clip Studio, trying to pull it out in After Effects, it just doesn't want to. It doesn't like the blending, the layers, the effects that I've done with it. So while I've done it with one, it turns out I'm going to have to completely redo that shit. Pardon my French. And as you can see here, I've had to create so many different bloody layers just for the night vision. You know, one of them is like a pulsing effect. The other one is these like scan lines. It can't quite see anything properly. Again, I'm messing about with Ronnie Ann a bit more, just trying to see if I can just get it right. Now, even like at the beginning of the video, I make it so the camera's out of focus, then it takes a little time to get back in, then focus again. Oh god, alright. I knew how to, I remembered a long time ago, I actually made a clock. I found out how you can make a clock in After Effects, and I'm trying to do it, it's just not working. So I was like, while doing this, I'm looking up a guide on how to do it again properly. So finally did it. Thought to myself, okay, can't just have it 0 zeros if it's recording. I'm gonna have to make it very late at night. I'm gonna have to make it, you know, feasible. Again, this is Lisa watching them, and so you can see the amount of time this took me just trying to get it right. And when you saw Clip Studio pop up for a second, that's because I was just about to animate Lincoln's eyes. But then I realised, because what I did with Laurie, I already did one with her, split it up into layers. And again, this is a problem of not thinking forward, not planning ahead. I wanted to make a change, and now I couldn't make that change because it had gone too far. And again, here I am playing around with all the text, trying to just thinking to myself, okay, how many frames should I put it on? Should it go on? Should it be on the screen a few seconds, or should it be on the same time the night vision is off? And here I am just trying to figure out how to I'm just trying to figure out, okay, start up, how does it do? Getting a few solids, you know, thinking, okay, make it move like this. I'll make this one flash. So it looks like it could be a real program that she's using. And then one part of me was thinking, and again I had to kind of stop myself, I was thinking, what if it mentions other cameras. Oh, here I was trying to do a mask effect that never really quite worked, so I thought, oh screw it, I'm just going to have to put like black solids over it. Instead of having one layer, I'm just going to have 4 layers and animate them separately. But originally I was thinking of having it so it would be different cameras, and it would cycle through the different cameras of the house. But again, I would have to do work of think of the different rooms, think of the different angles, who's going to be in there, if anyone's going to be in there. And I thought, do you know what, just forget it. I'll make it so it's a crawl space network, so it's just so, you know, Lisa, she's got cameras, but she's also like got subcategories for them. She's got one here for the crawl space, and of course she as you saw, there were 4 cameras, but only camera 3 is operational. So it's kind of, it's all automatic. So okay, these 4 will just automatically go to this one. And here I thought to myself, I would extend the I was thinking of extending the digital artifacts to the full screen, but here was something I wanted to do. It's one of those little stupid things that I thought was smart, although it most likely isn't. When the first when the first corruption comes through, you know, you get a little warning, signal quality is below threshold, you know, there's something wrong. Alright? So you know that there's interference with the signal. And you see, when Ronnie Ann appears on the screen, there is no interference with the signal. It's something different. So to me, I was like, I'm being really smart there. Now I'm thinking about it, like, did that really work? Did that really achieve what I wanted it to achieve? But I thought, no, well, I don't know, because this also served a third point as well, because at the end of the video, I wanted to end it, and I didn't just want to make it a black screen or just have it say end. I thought what I would do is I would make it so the signal degrades fully and then the feed is cut. And for when Ronnie N pops up, I actually gull it to where the clock would just show random numbers and figures. Now, what what I wanted to do was change it to where it said something like "help me," like have the words "help me" come up briefly. But then I was like, get down, your horse is a little too high there, jump. You know what I mean? As you'll probably see in a moment, I just watch it all to see how it all goes, to where I think, alright, have I done it all now? I've put in the music, I've made the distortions, done all that crap. Does it work? Yes, it does. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much the entire process. It was long, and there goes my roof again. Oh, I can't catch a break here. That don't matter. What does matter is that I'm actually making content. So if we pop up the little animation window down here, you should be able to see my timeline, and it's just defaulted back there. So if I just extend it all the way over here, give it 5 seconds, boom. There we go. Now I will be most likely releasing this as a simple GIF, so don't worry, you'll be able to see this you'll be able to see this without having to watch the video. But oh crap, oh that's bad. Okay, now I didn't notice this until I pull it. Oh crap. Well, I can at least fix this mistake while I'm here. Let's have a look. And get one for him. Ah, there we go. Perfect. I'd like to give a huge thank you to all my patrons for being here, especially during this turbulent time. Thank you very much. Your help is appreciated and words cannot express how thankful I am. I'd like to give a nice big super personal shout out to Joseph, Infamous Senpai, Death Metal Junkie 87, Swag Sword, The Zanik, Rick Two Tails, 8 Flesh Memories, and the name I will never know if I'm pronouncing correctly, Takoti is Borat? Yeah, I'll go with that.